Alrighty, I think everything is looking good. Alright, sweet. That means I'm gonna start today's live stream, hopefully on a really good note, and it's gonna keep going that way, and the connection is only just gonna keep getting stronger. Alrighty guys, hi, my name is Amy and welcome to today's SuperEx spot trading live stream. I just want to say welcome back to our crypto family. Alright, so today I'm going to walk you through step by step how to place your very first spot trade on SuperEx, okay? Hopefully by the end of this video you'll know exactly how to buy Bitcoin at the price that you want, how to lock in your profits automatically, and how to protect yourself from losses, all in under, be ambitious and say 5 minutes. Okay, let's jump right in. Before I get into talking about our trading, let's go to another page here just to make sure that everyone has signed up to SuperEx if you guys want to be doing any trading on this platform, okay? So if you are new completely to trading, I just want to give you guys a little overview of what crypto is in as simple terms as possible. So cryptocurrency is a digital money that exists only online. It isn't controlled by a bank or a government. Instead, it runs on blockchain technology, which securely records transactions in a transparent way. So some common examples are Bitcoin, Ethereum, USDT. Bitcoin is often seen as like digital gold. Ethereum powers applications, and USDT is a stable coin that stays close to the $1. Okay, so on SuperEx, so this is the platform that I have right here, there are three main things that you can do. First is you can deposit crypto into your account. Second, you can buy and sell crypto using spot trading. That's what we're going to be doing today. And third, you can trade price movements using features where you can use leverage. I myself have not used this feature yet because it's a little bit more advanced than where I'm at. I am still a new trader myself, but hopefully we can go through the experience together and we can learn every step of the way. So a simple way to understand it is spot trading is kind of like buying and holding an asset, while future trading is about predicting whether the price will go up or down without actually owning the coin. So you can kind of see how one is a little bit more straightforward and the one you have to use your brain a little bit more. But don't worry if it sounds a little bit intimidating. I will get into how to get your account first on SuperEx before we get into conversation about spot trading, okay? Okay, so if you don't already have an account with SuperEx, let me just get the website and send it through in our chat. Alrighty. There you go. Alright, so if you don't already have a SuperEx account and to sign up now, I'm just going to give you guys a bit of a rundown of how the process is. So you can sign up with SuperEx using your email, phone number. Just make sure you create a strong password and verify your account through the code that has been going to be sent through to your phone or email. Next, because we are dealing with funds, even if it's a small amount or a larger amount, I do think it's really important to set up a two-factor authentication. That's a 2FA in your settings to add an extra layer of security. Just remember, guys, like this is all of our hard-earned money and you don't want that to go to waste. So remember, never share your login details with anyone. This is your account and yours alone. Okay, that took us maybe like 2 minutes to set up. It's super straightforward. Then let's have a quick overview of how to deposit funds, okay? It's super straightforward. Just make sure you guys follow the instructions as close as you can because it is easy to lose your funds if you put them in the wrong place, okay? So just, this is the part where I'd say, please turn your listening ears on and let's have a look. So to deposit funds, we're gonna go into our wallet. Let's go get to our wallet here. Okay. So here in our wallet, we chose deposit. We're gonna choose the cryptocurrency we wanna deposit. So right now it's gotten Bitcoin, but USDT is a good one for beginners, and that's the only one that I actually have anything in my own account. So next we want to choose the network. So network can be any of these ones. Tron, Polygon, I call it ERC20 even though it's ERC20. But yeah, let's just click on Tron 20 right here, and just make sure that this matches the network that I'm sending the wallet to. This is where your funds could be lost, okay? So always make sure you choose the correct network and then the address is correct. So you see how the address here has popped up? If I change to a different network, the address changes as well, okay? So here, you can just copy that. There's the address there. So just make sure you copy it and you do not change anything. Go to your sending wallet, paste the address, and send your funds. After a few minutes, once the transaction is confirmed, your balance will appear. It's as easy as that. I still do recommend, because if it's their first time depositing money, start with smaller amounts just to make sure you know exactly what you're doing, okay? Now let's go to withdraw. So I have not set up my two-factor authentication just yet, so I'm not able to withdraw. So I'm just going to give you guys a quick little overview here. So once you go and click on withdraw your funds, that's in your wallet, right? Select the coin. So similar to what we just did before for depositing, you can choose whichever one that you have. So Bitcoin, USDT, Ethereum, and then enter the destination for your wallet address. Remember, always double check the address. It's super important. This is how you don't lose your funds. This is very easy to make mistakes if you do this too fast. So even though it only takes like a few minutes to process this, I think it is still best just to take that extra minute to make sure you're doing it correctly, okay? So enter the amount that you want, review all the details, then complete the security verification and submit. After a few minutes, your funds will arrive in your destination wallet, okay? So you see how that is actually quite straightforward. But for now, today, what we're going to be playing on is we're going to go into our spot trading. Alrighty. How are we all feeling? I know, don't worry guys, this page can look a little bit intimidating. It definitely intimidated me to begin with. But it got easier the more I looked at it. I'm just going to quickly change this graph a little bit just so it's not as hectic on our screen, because yeah, the first page can definitely seem a little bit overwhelming, but that's all good. I'm going to give you guys a bit of a rundown of what this page is. So we've got a couple different areas that I want you guys to understand. The first area is up here. This is our pair sector. So with this window down here, that is, right now I have it on Bitcoin and USDT, but you can switch to any token in seconds. I'll show you how to do that in a minute, but as you can see, lots of different options there. So that's our first section I wanted to show you guys. Area 2 is our big chart in the middle. This is our trading view price chart. It shows you Bitcoin's price action in live time. So you can switch between 1 minute, 5 minutes. I'll quickly show you guys the different switches. For my page right now, I think the 1 minute one is better just for not being too squish. So we've got 1 minute, 5 minutes, 15, 30 minutes, 1 hour. And it's just good because if you are wanting to see the trends as to what's happening. Oh, hello. We having a little meltdown for a second? All right, there we go. But yeah, so each of those will load depending on whatever you want to view it as. I myself am going to stick it on 1 minute just for today, just because I've had to condense my window a little bit and I want to make sure that you guys are able to see everything in its full glory. Okay, so that was the second part I wanted to show you. The third part is our order book. This shows you every buy order in green. There you go, there's our green portion. And then the sell order in red in real time. We don't really need to worry about that too much for now. For today's live stream, I'm going to focus on a different part, but I just wanted you to understand what the order book was, okay? And then area 4 on the far right, this is kind of where our magic happens. This is the trading panel. This is the only area that we're actually going to interact with today. So yeah, let's get into it. So at the top here, you see how there is the buy in green and sell. So buy is in green here, sell is in red. Okay? So we're buying Bitcoin today, so I'm going to keep it on buy. All right, step 2, right underneath that, you'll see the 3 order types. Let's get that up. Bear with me 1 second. I'm just moving up my window a little bit. Okay, so we've got the 3 different order types here. We've got limit, we've got stop market, and we've got market. Today we're going to use limit. Why? Kind of. All right, let me give you a bit of a rundown. So a market order buys at whatever price the market is right now. You kind of have no control over that. Whereas a limit order kind of lets you say, I only want to buy Bitcoin if the price drops. It's kind of what, like, because you don't want to be buying at whatever price it's offering. I only want to buy it at the price that is of good value to me. At least that's kind of how the pros say it, supposedly, is what I've been told. But yes, that is what we're going to be playing with today. Okay, just to make sure that we are fully still understanding what is happening on this platform. If you want to trade something other than Bitcoin, here's how we switch pairs. Remember how I was showing you the pull down menu? So up here we have a search bar where you can type in any token that you want, be it ET, EF, ETH, SOL, BNB, anything. SuperEx has like thousands of pairs. And then we have the tab here that can categorize it into holding, spot, free market, stock. Yes, that is stock for US stocks. So you'll be able to trade anything from like Apple to Tesla, whereas free market is for community listed tokens and so on. Okay. So here you can just click on whichever pair that you would like. So this is ET and USDT, and you see how the numbers have all changed. Dodge to USDT. So today, just for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to stick to Bitcoin and USDT, just because that's what I'm more familiar with, and because I have USDT in my wallet to play with. So that's what we're going to be fiddling with today. But whichever one you want to start with is completely up to you. It just so happens that I have 15 USDT in my account right now. Always need a water break. Okay. Oh, there we go. Itchy eye. All right, so let's have a look at our trading panel again. All right, so trading panel is over here. We're going to set our buy price, okay? So Bitcoin is approximately sitting at around, let's have a look, $78,000. So I'm going to go into the price here and type in 78,000. All right, let's go here. 70, oh, are we letting us type today? What is happening? Hello? Oh, guys, remember, go click on limit, okay? All right, I'm going to go on 78,000 USDT. And that's what I've typed into the price field, okay? So that kind of means my order will sit in the order book, and the moment Bitcoin touches 78,000 USDT, my buy fills it automatically. Until then, nothing will happen. So it's only when the price that I've kind of set is it going to have to happen, okay? All right, until then, nothing happens. I'm in control of this. I'm not going to be chasing the market. I let it come to me. I kind of like that vibe. Something that when I first got into trading, I thought I'd be really stressed and having to watch the market all the time. But with this, it allows me to control it a little bit more, and I just feel at ease, and I appreciate that 1,000 times. Okay, next we're going to see how much money do we want to commit. So, do you see the total field at the bottom here? That's how much USDT you want to spend. So, for this demo, I'm going to put in 50 US. Oh, bear with me 1 second. I just realized that bear with me. Oh, guys, give me 1 second. I just realized that I might need to refresh my page. All good. We can do a bit of a speed through over this. All right, let's go back to limit. We want USDT. Here we go. Sorry guys, my computer just had a little bit of a moment. So we're not going to go into the amount, we're going to go into the total, and we're going to put in how much we actually want to put there, and we're going to put 50 USDT there, okay? I was putting it in the amount before, and that's not what we're doing. So we're putting in 50 USD just for my demo, just to have, so you guys have a bit of an understanding of what's going to happen. But did you notice the difference of what happened once I entered the 50 USDT? So automatically, SuperEx then showed me the amount of Bitcoin it would be. So how much I would get of my Bitcoin with 50 USDT is 0.00064 Bitcoin. What I love about the SuperEx platform is that I don't have to do maths. I don't have to stress about things. They're constantly updating their data. So I don't have to do any calculations. So I know how much I want the price to be that I buy it at, and I know how much I want to spend. And it does all of that for me. Just a bit of a quick note though, if you see at the bottom of the page, it says available balance. Yes, I only have 15 USDT in my available balance, so I can't actually complete this order that I'm processing right now, but this is just for the demo sake, just so you guys can have a bit of an understanding of what's happening. Yes, I only have 15 USDT in here, but for the sake of this demo, we're going to say that I have 50, okay? Also, maybe just like a little bit of a note as well. Don't do all of the funds that you have in your account, especially for the first time, if you're still trying to understand what this platform is doing, how orders work, and how much you want to put in. I always recommend start off small so you can understand and kind of see what is happening. Don't worry, I'm about to also get into a part where we can limit our losses. So I don't believe that you're going to go into this and lose a lot, but I do think it is important that you guys start small and understand what is happening, okay? And then if you do want to play with bigger numbers, this next step is very, very important because it's going to help you save your money. Okay, a lot of beginners have a tendency to skip this part because it's just like, oh, I'm going to go click buy right now. No, what I think is the most important is the take profit and stop loss. So right now you can see this little tick here. I'm going to click it and 2 new fields are going to show up. Okay, let's pull that page down a little bit so you can see it. Okay, so you can see the first one is TP trigger, your take profit. So I'm gonna sell it at 80,000 USDT, right? So SuperEx is even gonna tell me in red here. Let's go, bear with me one second. Just getting this all up and ready for you guys. Where did that go? Okay, so for my, I'm going to set, remember we said 80,000 here. So if I set that at 80,000 here, SuperEx website is saying when the price reaches 80,000 USDT, it'll trigger a market order. And your estimated P&L will be at 1.28 USDT, okay? So does that kind of make sense how you guys are seeing that? It's saying that when the price reaches 80,000 USDT, it will trigger a market order, and our estimated P&L will be 1.28 USDT. So that means if Bitcoin moves from 78 to 80K, the platform will sell my Bitcoin automatically. I lock in my profit while I'm asleep, when I'm at work, anywhere. It just allows me not to have to think about it, and I've kind of set like a margin of where I want my price to go up to. All right, so that's super important, just to grab the profit while it's there. Another point that is super important is the SL trigger, your stop loss, okay? SL trigger, I'm going to set that one at 76. I always need to make sure my amount of zeros is correct. It's kind of like the same logic, but opposite direction. If Bitcoin crashes from 78K down to 76K, the platform sells it immediately. So I will lose 1.28 USDT, but I don't lose 20, I don't lose 50. My downside is capped, okay? So I find this really important just to kind of like set these parameters. So if it goes up to a certain point, I get profit. If it goes down to a certain point, I will lock it in that I don't lose as much as I could have lost, okay? So it's kind of like having an exit plan. I've been told the pros always have an exit plan, and what the best part about this is that took us maybe like 10 seconds. Minus my jibber jabbering, it would be really easy just for you guys to set those 2 parameters, okay? Okay. this is now going to be like the final step for us moving forward if you guys want to process this. Once again, I just want you guys to have a look at how much is in your available balance. As I said before, this is just a bit of a demo of me showing you how it is. I wanted to have 50 USDT in this just to show you guys some nice even numbers, but I only have 15 USDT in my account. Who knows, maybe by the next live stream I'll have a little bit more to play with. But yes, currently I have 15 USDT, so I wouldn't actually be able to process this order. But you guys, if you have funds in your balance, don't use the full amount. Start small and go from there, okay? Once you guys are ready with all those numbers, if you're happy with what everything is saying, so just double check it, you click buy the Bitcoin, okay? Now your order will be live, okay? And you'll see the orders tab down below. You don't have to sit and watch. The system handles everything. So as I said, you can leave it. Once you've clicked your buttons, you've set your parameters and how much you want to buy it and sell it for, it's easy, okay? So remember, just a bit of an overview. If Bitcoin hits 78K, you buy. If it then hits 80K, you're going to sell it for profit. If it crashes down to 76K though, you sell it to cut your loss. There's 3 different scenarios that are automatic, and make sure that you get what you want without losing too much and making sure you still get profit, okay? So, how do you guys kind of feel about this? I know it can feel a little bit overwhelming at first because there's a lot of information, but honestly, once you guys get a hang of this, doing your first trade could be done and dusted within 5 minutes, okay? I hope you guys feel comfortable trying it out. Small funds first. That's always what I'm going to say. I want you guys to start small. I don't want you guys to be ambitious. If you have done trading before on other platforms or in any other sites, sure, go ahead. I myself think it's smart to start it off small and just make sure you guys are safe and understand each and every step of the way, because I want to make sure that you guys, excusez-moi, understand what you're doing. Remember, this is not monopoly money. This is actually your hard-earned money that you guys made. So you want to make sure it's going to the right place and you're not just like, wee, wee, wee. At least that's how I do it, okay? I am still relatively new to trading, so I am definitely more hesitant than the pros might be. They have a better understanding of what the industry is kind of like looking like. But I myself like to take it slow and easy and enjoy the process and understand what I'm doing, okay? So that's a bit of an overview of spot trading with putting our parameters in place just to make sure that we are safe and happy with whatever the outcome may be. But yeah, maybe for a future live stream we can go into futures. Right now, I'm just not ready to do it just yet, but I will get there. Baby steps, we're starting small and wanting to make sure that we understand the whole process, okay? Once again, I know people are not dropping into our live stream, but if you guys do drop into the live stream live, ask any questions down below. If you guys are watching a pre-recorded live stream, I do appreciate you guys popping on in. It's lovely to have you guys here. Put any comments if you guys have any questions. I always do my best to read all the comments and answer everyone to the best of my ability. But yeah, I hope you guys are able to take something away from these live streams, be it a new skill. I found myself with just life changing constantly, and I say this a lot, but there's a lot of truth to it. AI has kind of come into our lives, not quickly. I think it's been a gradual process, but I think a lot of people didn't realize how big of an impact it was going to have on our lives. So it can be a positive, it can also be a negative. The negative that I take away from AI is that it is making certain people's jobs like redundant, and I think in this time when life is throwing these curveballs at us, it's important that we learn new skills. And I told myself one of the skills I wanted to teach myself was online trading. And it just so happened that I got this opportunity to do some live streams on SuperEx and learn more about this world that I had never really dabbled into it. I wish that back in school, this was a thing that teachers would like to educate us on more. I'm not saying that we should be going on trading websites when we're in high school, no, but I do think it would be a really good skill that if schools had taught us more about financial options out there, instead of, one of the things my friends always like to say, instead of learning geometry of what the angle is of a right angle, an obtuse angle, an acute angle, it would have been very important, I feel, to learn more about the world and how to survive in it, especially with it changing so much. But yes. Oh, also on good news, my carpal tunnel syndrome is getting better. I can feel it constantly getting better. I think yesterday, all throughout the day, I didn't wear my brace. And yes, it tweaked a little bit, but no, I'm happy to say that I definitely feel like I'm getting on the mend, which really excites me because I'm so over this. I even went to a Pilates class yesterday, which was maybe a little bit too soon for me to be working out my wrist totally, but I can't keep still. I don't know if during the live stream you can probably see me like jittering a little bit because I'm just constantly wanting to move, but that's just who I am. But yeah, so I really do hope that you guys can take something away from these live streams, be it maybe you just want to pass the time for 30 minutes. Maybe you want to chat with someone for 30 minutes. Maybe you want to learn a new skill in those 30 minutes, okay? Maybe you want to ask questions about trading that maybe I can answer or maybe not. Remember, if I can't answer it right away, I do have some friends and colleagues that I'll be able to get back to you in a future live stream or in the comments down below. So feel free to reach out, guys. We're always happy to have open communication with everyone that comes through on our live streams. If you guys have specific times that suit you better, I'm always open to that as well. I'm just super pumped that, so I did a live stream yesterday that probably no one is ever going to be able to see because the connection was so shoddy. I don't know about you guys, but I use VPNs on a regular basis, and I just made a mistake on, if you ever have a VPN and you can test the connectivity of which server to go onto, I did that, and I assumed the bigger the number, the stronger the connection is, and that was a mistake. Lesson learned for future times. Yes, I will not be doing that for future. At least now I know that the smaller the number means the higher the connection. I probably want to do a bit of research to understand why that is, because I always just assumed the bigger the number, the faster the connection, because that's kind of like how internet speed is. But lesson learnt, and I will take that away from my experience yesterday. But yeah, I just want to say to everyone, I hope you were able to grasp what we did today. So a bit of an overview. We did, like, within a span of 5 minutes, what you need to do is first pair what you want to get. You buy, you limit, you price, you amount, you set your TP and SL, and then buy it. Those are the 7 steps, okay? So I said at the beginning it would be less than 5 minutes. I reckon you could probably even do it less than 2 minutes once you've done it once or twice. But yeah, so I just wanted to say, if this has helped you, smash that like button, subscribe, drop a comment telling me which token you're going to trade first. Guys, I read every single one of those comments, so feel free to write anything you would like. And if you don't have a SuperEx account yet, the registration link is in the description below. But yeah, so once you've set it up, you could be trading within 3 minutes. I just want to say thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you have an amazing upcoming week. Take care. Trade smart if you guys do start it, and hopefully I'll see you guys in a future live stream.